and over Cleveland next week, where I'll be reporting live. But the fellow that's running this, who is a patriot, he's setting up a GoFundMe account that will have an article up on Infowars.com soon, breaking down. And you can go there, and then we can all pick collectively together cities where Hillary's at, where we can have the Hillary for Prison sign. It's already been one of the #1 search terms in the country. It's been #1 for a week once, but been #1 the last few months, thanks to your action, my action, and others. And people say, yeah, you really got Hillary's attention. You're really in her face. And the article has gone live now. It is anti-Hillary Air Force takes the skies. Infowars doubles down after attempt to censor anti-Hillary banner. And that is the final design of the banner. It's the biggest type they have, pulled by larger aircraft. Hillary for Prison 2016, Infowars.com. And, of course, they may even try to ban total airspace to keep it out. Then we'll just follow her around the country everywhere and make it a huge national issue that they're censoring this. I mean, that's the whole point. People say, well, they'll censor you. They'll fight back, and then we fight back again. That's how we win. So buy the shirts to pay for the initial campaign, and then if you want to go to the GoFundMe account, there's a link to it there. But it's important to buy the shirts first so you can wear those. They can't censor you wearing those in the streets. Meet like-minded people, especially if you're coming to Cleveland, wherever else Hillary's at. It says Legalize Freedom, Infowars.com on the back, Infowars.com in red on the right arm. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to your calls. I want to thank Emmett for holding from Montana, and then we'll go to Eva. Emmett, thank you for calling.
Thank you, Alex. It's a great honor to talk to you. I love your show. It's been fascinating. But as far as this civil unrest, I kind of wanted to put, a different spin on it. It doesn't surprise me. And you and I, know about this. We've talked about this, or at least you have, and I. The dumbing down of our education system and the social engineering from first grade on up has created a lot of this. I mean, there are rules in schools. You can't hug your close friends. I always did in grade school and high school. I think that is so we don't lock arms against the new world order if we're not close to each other, But then they say homosexuality is great, and that really confuses the kids. But then they say hugging your friends, that's homosexual. It's this new world order. Get yourself...
Exactly. No. Can't have dodgeball, can't have tag. Don't go outside. If they catch your kids playing outside, the police, take them away under orders. This is the end of normal human activity, the domestication, the enslavement, the isolation. They know in every study, in fact, just Google it, children not held close for hours a day by their mothers and fathers have massively lower IQ and don't even live as long. I mean, people are wrecks that are not, folks, let me tell you something. Your small children should be sleeping with you at night. They should be up against your skin at least an hour during the day until they're 2. People say, oh, I can't stand having kids. They're always clingy and stuff. They are meant to be on you till they're 2 years old. You're meant, my kids just always are hugging me, always are kissing me. People say, man, your kids are so nice. They're so happy. They love you. What is going on? And it's because I've given them nurture. But I know mothers and I know people who basically can't give affection to their kids because they didn't have it. And again, sir, most formula is 2/3 high fructose corn syrup. It's deadly, full of mercury, lead, you name it, but that's not even the issue. The brain, you can look at the different ratios of human milk, but it's almost all basically fat, and then fat, protein, and then some sugar. Well, it's almost all sugar. The children are brain damaged. Okay, and I'm putting early neglect alters kids' brains. Live science, read about it for yourself. So that's what's going on here. These children, all of this, the scientists came up with plans 200 years ago in England to create servile minions. And they started putting children in cribs all day long and stopped letting them sleep with their parents and stopped holding them. And this is all part of the death of humanity. Anything else, Emmett?
Yes, absolutely. Of course, the psychiatric medications and, the microaggressions. You can't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It'll offend the black people at your school. So the kids can't think straight. So they go out screaming about the police, screaming Black Lives Matter. And there are a lot of white kids, teenagers, young adults, who've been brainwashed by the education system, and they don't even know how to think straight. They don't go outside, or they don't know history. I mean, 50 years ago or 60 years ago, they wouldn't have been, I don't know how you bought into this. They wouldn't have bought into all these lives and all these highs.
And imagine
they were able to think critically.
They keep opening and expanding it to literally say, "You said brownie? We're calling the police." Well, no, I want brownies. A brownie? You're calling me a brownie? Oh my gosh, peanut butter and jelly. That's what black people like. That's what I like. I used to get that at least once a week. In my school lunch, mom would send me. In fact, I'd ask for it. But the point, in fact, I'd get a dessert a lot of times of that, and then also the ham and cheese sandwich. But the point is, exactly, total mental illness where the kids are all, brownie, but peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That is written by psych ward chiefs to create gibbering mental patients. People always call liberals idiots. No, the ones on top are the most savage criminal predators using psychology the world's ever seen. They know what they're doing. It's funny to them. Go ahead.
No, it's horrible. One other thing, I was just kind of, as long as I have you, really happy to talk to you. I'm still worried that they're going to topple Donald Trump at next week's convention.
That's why we're going.
We want Mitt Romney. And this is, what are we to do? I mean, they're going to steal our election. I don't want Hillary, but one way or the other, with the brainwashing in the schools, whatever happens, there's going to be blood in the streets. There's going to be riots like you couldn't believe, especially if they do nominate Trump. I'm a huge Trump supporter. I really love Trump, but boy, I mean...
Well, sir, I'm going to be there covering it, but you're absolutely right. It's an epic time to be alive. Listen, here's the deal. We've seen the social engineering they call liberalism. It's not. It's psych warfare to screw society up and turn people into gibbering basket cases who can be put on their knees with a word. It's mind control. With super conditioning, Pavlovian brainwashing. I mean, they admitted this. Thank you, Emmett. And we've got to change course now. The problem is the Republican leadership is part of the same global crime syndicate. And they are racing to finish their plan and complete the dumbing down. And we've just got to rehabilitate so-called liberals. These are cult members. And you can get people out of cults once you are able to talk to them. I mean, look, calling police because someone says they want brownies, or banning peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because they're racist, or banning Halloween parties, this isn't an overreaction of something good. This is scientific mental illness waging war against culture and language and ending debate and human behavior. This is a cult takeover. That's why you see the whole power structure pushing it. People think going out and shooting cops battles the establishment. It's bringing in the globalist takeover that is hell on earth. Eva in Texas, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. I have an update and a point to make about Black Lives Matter. As you know, Alex, this past Friday, the brave local police chief, African-American of El Paso, Texas, made the statement to the media that the Black Lives Matter is a radical group. Well, he's now being persecuted by some local members here, including the Judge Veronica Escobar and the infamous Congressman Beto O'Rourke, who is the same congressman who denied the Judicial Watch report that we had open borders and that ISIS is coming here. He's okay.
Absolutely. I mean, the police chief came out. We played the clip, and he said they are a radical hate group. Well, they are. They're a terrorist organization meant to terrorize local government into submitting to a multinational takeover.
Well, you know, Beto O'Rourke wrote a letter demanding that the police chief be disciplined. Okay? Now, the police chief, the liberal media have been calling him. He's not answering the phones, and he's not backing down. So I wanted to share that with you. Now, the other thing I just wanted to tell you, as you know, many people who have gone on Facebook and have said all lives matter, their accounts are removed. Well, you know what? All God's children matter. And anyone who has a problem with all God's children matter is satanic.
That's Veritas. Other points?
Yeah, that is all, Alex. Thank you very much for everything you do. You look fantastic, by the way.
Well, you're a sweetheart. I appreciate those kind words. Let me expand on what you just said because it's very simple but also very profound. Facebook, I mean, that's admitted, but it just hit me. I've seen that so many times, but it hit me so hard that Facebook Zuckerberg slammed staff for All Lives Matter stance. Because not only are they censoring people on Facebook that say it, it's happened to us and others. Laura Southern, you name it. But his own people were writing it on a chalkboard, and he slammed them. And you ask, why would he do that? Because in 1984, when O'Brien's torturing Winston, Winston says the ability to say 2 + 2 = 4 is freedom. If I can say that, I can be free. And he tortures him to a point he doesn't even know that anymore. And that's what they're saying. If you can't say all lives matter and all God's children are equal, and that you can let Zuckerberg define that only black lives matter, it has nothing to do with black lives. It has to do with illogic and overthrowing reality. And that's what they're doing. 2 + 2, they're saying, doesn't equal 4. All right. We got a guy named Ant Farmer that disagrees with me. We'll go to him in a second because I put those people at the head of the line.
This is the end.
And we got Tom and Mass and Margaret and Blake and others. I'm going to do a little bit in the next hour to take your phone calls. David's going to be taking over as well, but I'm going to go through these calls first. Briefly, I'm going to play the ad tomorrow. It's playing for TV viewers. My dad just retired. He kept his license. He still does dentistry like 1 day a week, but he's retired from big practicing and management. And I had like 5 of these toothbrushes, the Go Smile toothbrushes here, because I was looking at, carrying some of the best toothbrushes out there that are affordable. And when I started investigating these, I learned that they were designed and basically are promoted from right here in Austin, Texas. And it turns out the fellow's a listener and already has a bunch of other businesses and is a famous guy that's developed over 50 major businesses. So I got 5 of these, and my dad was at the office, and he likes electric toothbrushes. And back when he was a dentist, that was one of their biggest profitable areas, was tooth whitening and ultrasonic toothbrushes. And so my dad, about a week later, comes over to my house. He goes, "You got more of those? That's incredible. Where'd you get that?" And I said, "That's probably going to be a sponsor. I'm thinking about carrying them ourselves. They're really great." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "The ultrasonic level is like better than $600 toothbrushes we used to sell." And he goes, "It's something I always said they needed. It has this ultraviolet light, and it's strong, that kills bacteria while that's going on. And it's just so affordable." And so I've bought a giant mass of these, and you can get the second one for something like, it's more than 25% off. It's a great toothbrush. When you purchase it, it funds our operation. It's available at InfoWarsStore.com. Now, this is not the regular toothbrushes that are colloidal silver impregnated. Those are good for travel or whatever, and it's good to alternate. I use regular brushes sometimes. I use electric other times. But since I got this a month or so ago, or a few months ago, it's mainly what I've been using. And it's also so compact. That's another great part about it. And it's just, it's really is amazing. And it's much better than toothbrushes that are $300, $400, $500. So check it out today at InfoWarsStore.com. Visit InfoWarsStore.com and try the Go Smile Sonic Pro System today for a limited time. Get nearly 25% off your second Go Smile. I think it's more than that. Pro System as part of our exclusive listener special at InfoWarsStore.com. Using Go Smile, you can whiten your teeth up to 7 shades brighter in 30 days. And you're not doing it with the bleaches and things that damage your teeth. That's what my dad talks about in the informational video that we're going to add to the page of InfoWars Store here in the next hour or so you can actually see him do demonstrations. But we go out and find the best stuff out there and try to discount it for you. And it has the Go Smile tooth whitening gel that, again, is not damaging to the teeth, unlike so many other gels. So that's why my dad, who's also an oral surgeon and taught dentistry at the college level at Baylor, is just so crazy about it. So it's good to have him. He's involved in some of the nutraceutical development with us, because he's done that before with stuff that's been approved by the FDA. We're not going that route, but that's why he's good for all the FDA compliance and things. That's really his job with the lawyers, is to make sure that's all super kosher. And we, Dr. Group, test everything 3 times. His suppliers test things, then we test things again. Just to be super neurotic. That's his main job. But it's kind of funny because my dad's a pretty private guy, and he looks like Colonel Sanders or something up there. I wish he'd cut that. He's had a beard for about 20 years. He likes it. I don't know why he has it. I'm not knocking him here on air. Just he looks more like me. I look more like him. He's a handsome guy with that beard. I think I'm going to wait till he's asleep one night and sneak in with some shears and cut it off. But now he's had it 20